Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. It's Wednesday, so you know what that means. That means another AEW Dynamite live stream tonight here at the Wrestling for Life Network. It's going to be a fun one, folks. Strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good, and let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream, and this is Wednesday, and we get Dynamite on a Wednesday, the night for all the hopium, the night we're excited for, the night we want all the action. We want to go extremely well. We want to see what TK and company has for us tonight, folks. And again, it should be a good one. Lots lining up for this card. We're building up. We'll see what they have. We got an all-star tag match again. My question about how many all-stars end up, canceling out other all-stars, but we'll get into that. Lots to talk about, lots of rumors, lots of news, lots of fun stuff. And again, what will happen with MJF? What will happen with the Hurt Syndicate? Where will that go? How does that play out? Do we build to a match? We'll talk about it tonight. More Owen Hart Classic as well. Lots to talk about, lots to get into. So make sure you get in that chat. Tell me what's on your wrestling mind. What are you seeing out there that you want to talk about? We're going to have a lot of fun here tonight and a lot of hopium as we go into a big show, and we will see what TK and company has for us. But with all that being said, I will take a second to remind everybody out there that I am Mr. Overnight KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. Happy to be back at it again. I hope everyone out there is happy, healthy, and safe. You put hump day in the books. We are going back into Friday Junior tomorrow, and then the weekend is upon us. Lots coming your way. We're getting so close to more pay-per-views just coming off WrestleMania. You think it wouldn't stop. We had Rebellion. Then now we're going into Backlash. We got Double or Nothing coming up. More and more and more, Saturday Night Main Event. We have Under Siege. We have so much to talk about, so much to get into. Battleground as well. I see this chat filling up already, so I love seeing that. Make sure you be a friend, tell a friend, take this link, share it with everybody you know. I want to see triple digits in the chat every single night we do these streams, so let's see if we can get there. But yes, a lot going on in the world of AEW. Of course, like I said, MJF we will hear from him tonight. The Hurt Syndicate will be in the building. Join the WFU. An all-star tag match. How are we feeling about this one, folks? What do you think about this one out there? As again, very interesting. But Kenny Omega teaming up with Mark, Speedball, Kevin Knight taking on the Elite and Ricochet, which Ricochet just put him in the Elite. He fits. He fits the attitude. He fits the approach. He fits every way. So why not just leave him there? But again, my question off the top, is there such thing as too many all-star tag matches? If everybody's an all-star, then who really is an all-star? That's a simple question. But we will talk about that. This match I am really looking forward to. Kyle Fletcher taking on Adam Page at the beginning of the Owen Hart. I thought it was going to be Will Ospreay. Kyle Fletcher. Again, we're going to run that back. That will decide who goes after the world title. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm as confident as I used to be, but we will see what this one brings to us tonight. Tony Storm taking on Miya Yamashita. My only question with this one, I saw people online, they're extreme. Oh, this is a dream match. We're so excited. And my only question is, we keep bringing in talent from other companies. We keep bringing in talent that we haven't signed here at AEW, and yet we have a plethora of women who are on the roster that don't get highlighted, don't get used. So I'm a little concerned about that as far as, where are the Deonna Purrazos? Where are the Teas? Where are the Queen Aminatas? Athena, apparently one and done. Again, I'm sure this is going to be a fun match, but I'm not that excited about it. I don't know. I'll let you guys be the judge. You can give me your 2 cents. We will talk about it as we get to that match. But that is all that I have announced for tonight. And again, We hope every Wednesday it's going to be a good show. Last week, maybe not the strongest show. I know some out there want to say that every show's great, but they're not all great. Let's be honest. That's what we do here is we break it all down. We try and give you an honest take on it. And I know a lot of people out there are trying to find an angle, find a way to make it make sense. But for my money, I don't get it. I don't get it. Even our old buddy, Uncle Dave out there causing trouble as always. Trying to... Here, let me ask everyone out there a question. For those who are rolling in as we are about 8 minutes away from the start of the show, I will say hello to everybody and do roll call. But here's the thing. Somebody points out this new term that's getting kicked around of benching. I bench. They're benching people. Nick Khan says we don't sign people to bench them. And ever since then, people are trying to disprove them. One of the names that Uncle Dave has brought up is Hikuleo. Can you bench somebody if you've never used them? If you're developing them, if you're teaching them, if you're getting them in better shape. Remember when Jacob Fatu debuted in WWE and he looked so much better than he did on the independent scene? He had lost weight, he had toned up. If that is what they're doing with a Hikuleo, can you really count that as a benching? I don't know. But, Dakota Kai, he accused of WWE benching her, but her whole faction's injured. I think the whole faction's coming back together. Asuka's out, Kairi's out, Dakota was out again. Is that a benching? Or are we just stretching? Are we reaching? Are we hoping? I don't know. We're going to talk more about it here tonight, folks. And again, it's going to be a fun one. We got all the excitement. We got all the fun stuff. But it's going to be a good one here on this channel. We're going to light it up, and it's going to be very interesting either way. As we always say, we don't know what's going to happen, but we're going to be here for it. The wrestling might suck. We never do. And again, be a friend, tell a friend. It's going to be exciting. With all that being said, and off my chest real quick, Zach, how you doing tonight? Clay, welcome back. Good to see ya. Looking forward to Master P versus Commander on Ring of Honor TV. Jokes. I like it. See Money, welcome back. Good to see ya. Looking forward to Kyle Fletcher versus Hangman Adam Page. I'm absolutely looking forward to this match. It should cook. It should be a banger. I don't know how the storylines are going to play out. There's still issues, with all of these guys. Page seems to be mad at everybody. Fletcher's with Callis, who's got issues with Osprey and company. So how does this all play out? How does this work out? Again, both guys might be a little hard pressed to take a straight up clean loss. So what will happen in this one will be very intriguing. Damian, welcome back. Good to see you. Kevin, as always, a pleasure. Ken, how you doing tonight? Getting my hopes up again on a Wednesday. What's this Hogan Bischoff stuff? What's your take? So I thought it was going to be a podcast. So apparently, and I can't confirm fully yet, but apparently Eric Bischoff and Mr. Hogan are going to enter into a wrestling realm of some sort. Apparently their next project will involve, and I'm going to confirm this right now because the name of the gentleman has eluded me, and I know who it was earlier. But it's going to be interesting. Now, I thought it was going to be a podcast, but apparently it's going to be a real American freestyle. We'll see what that means. We'll see how that looks. But yeah, very intriguing as they did introduce the third man, and it is first reveal. Izzy Martinez. Sorry, couldn't remember. But yes, a man that's got great experience in freestyle wrestling. So I don't know how this plays out. Launching real American freestyle wrestling. Is it just like a professional Roman Greco kind of league? What anybody got a take on this? It's very interesting. Why does this involve Bischoff working with Hogan? I don't know. I don't know what made them or possessed them to do it. But again, very interesting. More details to come. There's going to be more put out there. 83 weeks is they're pitching to that as well. I don't know. We'll see. Andrew, how you doing? Welcome on back. Love the avatar, by the way. Hopefully Kyle Fletcher wins. I would agree with that. Cherokee George, evening all. Been watching Billy Gunn and Bishop Dyer versus Tom Latimer and Matt Cardona, MLP Wrestling 2025. Crazy. MLP is definitely crazy times, and they got some shows coming up in my neck of the woods. But shout out to Scott and the boys are doing very well. Usually Tall Hobbit. unusually tall hobbit. Love the name. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Eric Isaac, good to see you. How's it going? Tony versus Mayu tonight, and Megan Bain now feuding with Anna Jay. So yes, Anna Jay makes a return. We hadn't seen Anna Jay in a while. A lady that has a lot of upside, a lot of potential, a lot of fanfare. We'll see where that goes, what that means, what that looks like. ABJ, good to see you as always, buddy. Puff, puff, pass. Jason, good to see you. Welcome to the crew. The Yeats God. How you doing? How you doing? Hashtag WFU for life. Hashtag Wrestling for Life Network. Again, if you do use anything or you put anything out on social media about wrestling, use these hashtags. The Wrestling Fans United, the WFU, it's growing. It's becoming a movement. It's becoming a thing. We are the anti-voice to the IWC. And again, we're happy to show up every single night and give you that take against the IWC. We know all the IWC loves to kind of kill each other. We will be back tomorrow to talk a lot about it. But again, use those hashtags, grow the WFU, be the change, be the new voice, be the fans that truly do love wrestling. Sean, good to see you. I saw you popping onto Facebook. Don't forget, we also have a Facebook page. We are live on Twitch as well. And we are all over the place. Every social you can think of, go check them out. Dari Bennett, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Love it, love it, love it. Welcome, welcome. Speaking of Twitch, over on Twitch right now. How you doing tonight? Welcome back. Welcome back. Bum, bum, bum. Get rid of that. But never mind. Thank you. Yeah, Wrestling Proud. Good to see you. Good to see you. Little bit of a wiring issue, but I fixed it. Thank you. What's up, Boston? Always good to see you, my guy. Hope you're doing well. What is up? What is up? Wrestling Proud got you. Safit, welcome back. Zach got you already. Saying hello to Boston. Love it. Scott Rizzo in the house. President of the Chris Jericho fan club and the Moxley blood donor. I don't need, well, I mean, if anybody needs blood, Mr. Moxley does. Usually I'm not allowed to donate if we want to get real, but we'll talk about that at another time. But yeah, Chris Jericho, I am Chris Jericho's biggest fan now that I don't see him. I'll put it that way. I have become a fan of Chris Jericho because he's no longer on TV. He's no longer holding Ring of Honor hostage. It's been a breath of fresh air with Jericho not here. I hope it's a long Fozzy tour. I really do. I don't want to see him come back anytime soon. Mr. Noob, Jerome, welcome back. Good to see ya. Christian Cage, we'll talk about him. Hello, everyone. Curious to see if the Bucks open the show for that lead bump. Again, very curious. We will see if they use that strategy to their advantage. What's up, Jose? How you doing? Denisha, welcome back. Craig, always a pleasure. Graveyard Shift Wrestling Show. What's up? How you doing? Welcome to the group. Hope you are doing well. Hello, Denisha. Welcome back. OG Dale, the current predictions champion. There's lots going on. NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs. All you got to do is ask Uncle Meltzer when he gives out the ratings, as he will use those as an excuse. Like Wednesday is the only night things are happening. But we know that's not true. What's up, Kevin? What's up, Zach? Got you already. Bradley, welcome back. I don't know if I said hello to you. Daniel Berry, Sports Highlights, welcome back. Always a pleasure. Panthers 1-1. Tampa's in tough. My Leafs are in tough now. I don't like it. Congratulations to Carolina for moving on as AEW kicks off with Mark Briscoe. And as Mr. New predicted, we're going for that all-star bump. Insert bump jokes. Well, that's what we're kicking it off with. I will put a poll up for everybody to vote. Who you taking? Who's going to win this one? Remember, folks, we take a prediction on every single match, and we take a rating out of 10 at the end of every single night. So be a part of the family, be a part of all the shows, and make sure you get in there, get involved. Don't be quiet. And again, great place to talk a little bit of wrestling. Who's going to win? Who's going to win? We'll put the Elite. I'm not going to, you'll get it. And the baby faces? Okay, Kevin Knight coming out. There you go. So Mike Bailey coming out with Kevin. Okay. What up, Dash 8? How you doing? I believe in KJ. I appreciate it. Say my name and I may appear. I'm Johnny Moxley, and you're watching Jackass. MDB, the Knee Pad Patrol, as Mike Bailey gives a fan a high foot. What up? Dawn, Gizzo, interracial culture, hashtag Simbros. Welcome. That's quite the name. Mega Attitude Wrestling. Yeah, those comments are just going to get dusted from here. You're in the wrong place for that nonsense. But if you have a viable thought, we're all ears. What's up, Joni? How you doing? Welcome on back. What's up, TJ? Sean Reed, I think I got you, but welcome on back. WFU prediction champion. I acknowledge you. Shout out, OG Dale. As here comes Kenny Omega. We're going to fight woke liberals. So then you're in the wrong fucking place. We don't talk politics. We don't fuck around. If that's your game, you're in the wrong place. The last chance I'll give you before I send you elsewhere. But again, I don't know what to tell you. Legendary guitar riff. Absolutely. Dun, dun. Yo, it's going to be awesome. Let's hope. What's up, 316? Craig, good to see you. Anthony, our newest true crime content creator. How you doing, buddy? If you guys haven't seen Anthony on TikTok or on them socials, go check Anthony out. He's dropping knowledge on all types of shit and blowing up, talking about true crime. And happy to see it. Happy to see the man having success. What's up, Kevin? ABJ, how you doing? Tell your friends and family to tune in to WWE Evolve now on YouTube. Well, again, we haven't quite ventured down the Evolve pathway yet, but we're currently on YouTube, so I'd appreciate you hanging out here, buddy. Dun, dun, dun. Big shout out to Anthony. Big shout. I love it. Love seeing it. Would you pay good money to jeer Hulk Hogan? No. I don't think I'd pay money to jeer anybody. Like, knowingly going in kind of negative, I wouldn't go. Because at the end of the day, even if I boo him, he got my money. So fuck that shit. What up, Jose? Got you already. Clay Lewis, welcome back. I love how long this one is. WFU, Bash 8 back in the house. I love it. TJ got you. Theater of the Absurd. Not going to lie, watching wrestling can be one of the funnest things to constantly watch on TV when it's good. I agree with you, man. When it's cooking, it's cooking. And you can really have a good week of taking it all in. I mean, we've been doing this for a few years now. Some weeks are fucking outstanding and we can't get enough of it. Other weeks are an absolute drag, and some weeks are a mixed bag. Speaking of a mixed bag, here come Matt and Nick Jackson. As soon as I changed the channel back to ESPN, I saw Tampa scored. I like it. I just see wrestlers coming out. It's just a sea of wrestlers. They're all stars. As this is our third all-star match in, I think, a month and a half. What's up? Big Nick? Kevin is doing great. Happy to hear it. 2-2 now. That's crazy. Let's go. What kind of match is this? An all-star match. Again, the question becomes, if everybody's an all-star, who's really an all-star? Anthony popping. Yes, let's go. Anthony can be killing it. Kyle, how you doing? Got the elite for the win. I like it. Elite for the win. Marchand scored. I hate him. I'm watching F it. Let's go. As I got Okada coming out. Again, we've taken our time getting to the ring on this one. Philip, how you doing? Hopefully Tony Khan will give us an excellent show tonight. Every Wednesday we start excited. Every Wednesday we hope for the best. And this is no different. Brandon, good to see you. Let's go. That was a lot of longs, KJ. If you got the long, use the long. Not going to lie, watching wrestling, got that one. I like it. They won't let me donate blood due to lethally high levels of THC. Well, trust me, bro. If that's the case, then I'm screwed forever. What's up, Corey? How are you? Welcome back. The old Bucks. Who are these little guys? As Omega is starting off with a little fire, getting in Okada's face. Remember, they're building Okada and Kenny for All In, not Double or Nothing, not Dynasty, for All In. It's All Stars. Do we need a point? I think the point is right now, Kenny's got an issue with Okada and the Bucks. Ricochet beat Mark last week. Kevin Knight and Speedball are new shiny baby faces. So let's shove them all in a ring. Good energy in the building. I think it's close to a sellout for AEW tonight. So that's exciting. Evening, Z-Man. How are you? Corey giving love to me and the chat. So what's up, Corey? The Bucks are washed, NBA included. Let's go. I like that. The old does are still a joke. Not wrong. We'll see what this does. I mean, again, is it going to be chaos to the point where people ignore that it's chaos, or will they get it right? And the heels jump the baby faces. Kenny turns his back on the crew. Nobody warned them. They all got knocked off the apron. So the heels are off and running, in control already. 56% of the chat going for the elite. 33% going for the faces. 15% going for nobody. Think it's going to end in some type of dusty finish. All right. As I got Kenny and I believe Matthew. Is that Matthew? I can't tell from a distance. No, that's Nicholas. From far away, they look like the same. AEW low-key makes me feel like when they put it on an educational movie in school. Jokes. I can't help it. I can't help but be. I had no thought in mind that video would surpass 200 views, let alone 200,000. Jesus Christ. Send some people this way, bro. No, that's amazing, Anthony. That's awesome. Whatever you said hit a nerve, and that's a good thing. 2-time Booker of the Year. Why is this match happening? It's his friends. It's the nearest and dearest, and they go on first because they want to get credit for the bump. They tried to take credit. Fans tried to give him credit on Saturday for Collision's bump. But again, you see the instantaneous drop-off. And that's the things that sometimes we ignore with the IWC. Very selective choices. All right, we got 700,000. Woo! We flex on NXT. Woo! You lost well over, almost 2 million viewers. That's not a big deal. Okay. It's been 4 months of 2025, and is there more to that? To open a good wrestling show, if they will oblige. Well, let's see. This match should be fun. Again, no matter what you think, it might not be my favorite cast of characters, but it should be fun. Whoa! Yo, he's working over Ricochet. What the fuck? Now Matt slaps Ricochet in the head. Kenny pokes him in the eye. And now Ricochet into Jackson. Now Ricochet into the corner. Sold his ass off on that one, though. AEW. Let's go. Be nice if the faces weren't so dumb and yeah, right? Or at least saw them coming. Unbroken. Bad evening, KJ. Move to Alberta while you can. We don't get into it. I won't get into it. Unbroken. There's a lot of reasons to move west, though. Yes. Val is in town. AEW low-key makes me feel I got that one, and it's still funny. Team faces for the win. Be nice. The faces weren't so dumb. It would be. It really would. What's up, Wesley? How you doing tonight? As Speedball rolls out, Kevin Knight in control of Ricochet. a cute little spot to start the match. Somehow, you think you would yell if your partner was wrenching on your arm. You would be like, bro, let go. But it took the whatever buck it was to reach over and touch his head to realize it was the wrong guy. Again, little things. You don't play with my intelligence. I can't take a company that pushes someone like Daniel Garcia seriously. It is one of the things we've talked about a lot here on this channel. And a lot of people out there don't want to hear it. But one of the reasons why AEW's plateaued, if not regressed, is the people you are pushing. Again, what we know of pro wrestling brought us larger than life, brought us, a look, a vibe, a feel, a maturity to it. And when you tune in and you see Daniel Garcia and you see Yuta and you see a lot of the Bucks, you just don't take it serious. Mark Briscoe misses the elbow. Matt misses the elbow. Now everybody takes a turn. Again, this is not real wrestling. This is not, again, it's fun. And now we get a standoff. Fans are on their feet, whether I like it or not. I bottle up my frustrations and say, yeah, right? That's generally what I do on a Wednesday. The Ops are fighting jobbers? When? Tonight? I missed that. Richard, let me know. Hobbit, right? Been a humongous wrestling fan my entire life. I just want a good product. Is that so hard for Tony to be to do? He cares more about the Jaguars. Listen, as we go to picture in picture, folks, my take on that, Hobbit, is this. I don't think it's a lack of care. I don't think it's a lack of effort. I think two things have happened. One, he doesn't know any better and is not willing to listen to anybody that does. And two, a bunch of people have him convinced that everything is great. And if you are surrounded by people that continually tell you you're great and you're not, it's a problem. You need friends that are going to put you in check. You need people in your court that are going to look at you and say, not good. It's important. It's vital. It's something that has to happen. And I think that's the problem is the great that we speak of. We're on a great run of shows again, but the numbers don't support it. The analytics don't support it. So we're in a bit of an interesting thing. What is Tony's goal as a booker and a promoter? Is it to grow a business, to become a giant, wrestling company long term? Okay, well, how do you do that? I recently listened to Brian Alvarez kind of cut Tony down in the idea that if you only appeal to one part of the audience, if your product is so niche that new fans aren't coming in, eventually your business dies. And that's not just wrestling. That's any business. And shout out to Alvarez for having the guts to say that out loud. Because we know who who his partner is, who his buddy is. His buddy has no, ability to say that kind of thing. But Brian's right. It doesn't matter what your business is. Brian used the example of, if you owned a drugstore and your clientele is all 95 plus, eventually they're going to die. Eventually they're going to go away. Eventually they won't be your customers. You have to find a way to bring in new people, to expand your horizon. Tony, I saw a quote of Tony Khan talking about how good the Moxley thing was. And this is where I think Tony thinks he's doing a good job, but doesn't realize the actual reality of the situation. Tony talks about the Moxley spike spot. Oh, it was great for business. Brought new eyes. TMZ covered it. Other people, it was one of the most clicked on videos we've ever had. But why were they clicking on it? And did they stay to see more? That always becomes the question. If they're just clicking on it, if TMZ's covering it because it's outlandish, if you are making people roll their eyes and they're clicking on your video the same way they would a car crash or, a bungee jump accident that goes wrong, then you're not gaining audience. And the reason you're not gaining audience is exactly that. is you're catering to the niche of the niche of the niche, the smallest pocket of possible fans. And yes, that small pocket of fans is loyal as fuck, but the fan base isn't going anywhere. And that loyal fan base that you have, they're actually hurting your business because they're toxic in a lot of ways. But we are back from pitcher in pitcher. Tandem suplex. Oh, again, more tandem spots. 4 guys in the ring. Not sure who's legal. 2 men kip up at the same time. There you go. Ricochet and Matthew, I believe it is. Bum, 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 bum. This match is busy as shit. I judge you if you like that. You're allowed to like it. But again, there's different ways to look at it, right? Like right now, there's an 8-man all-star tag match going on and 1 person standing on the apron. That drives me bonkers. Backyard wrestling gymnastics in a lot of ways. It can be. AEW gives you very much backyard wrestling sometimes. Again, when you say real wrestling, and I'm fine. If this is your product, then stand on your business. Be you. Be who you are. But then don't say things out loud like this is real pro wrestling. It's not. Real pro wrestling has rules, has refs that matter. Real pro wrestling has some confines and rationality to it. If you just are, we are AEW, we're the alternative wrestling, I can get behind that. I can stand behind that. But again, it's the double talk. It's you don't really have the confidence in who you are, and you so badly want to be the other guy that you overcompensate, and it doesn't go well. The ops fighting jobbers, I still don't know why. Dynamite is looking pretty packed tonight. They only had a couple matches announced. For everybody who gets kind of very focused on match number, there was only like 3 matches announced for tonight. But everybody back into the ring. And we're going to get a jumbo suplex spot. And this is where you lose me as a fan. I don't know out there right now if you're like, oh, this is so cool. I don't give a fuck about this. As the faces reverse, all 4 faces hit a spot, and we're going to get 4 topes. Yeah, everybody gets a turn. All doorknob wrestling. This was the dumbest thing I've ever seen, missing elbows. You think somebody would get mad and throw a foot? Again, the crowd is on their feet. They're excited. So what am I to say to argue? I always say your number one measure, your number one thing to read into is the fan reaction. If the fans are happy in the building, you're doing something right. What's going on with this match? It is all over the place. I think Speedball and Okada are the legal man, but I could be wrong. As Kevin Knight holding Okada. And again, nobody on an apron. A tag match, nobody on the apron. Drives me batshit crazy. TK is not surrounded by people that tell him that he's great. He has one person that listens, that he listens to. I mean, again, but it's no different than like the Bucks think they're amazing. They're not. Jericho gets to do whatever he wants. Mox gets to do whatever he wants. And there is no control of what it truly is. Nobody seems willing to stand up and say, this is not working. I don't watch AEW anymore because they stole the most valuable thing to me, time, facts. And that's why I appreciate you being here, Scott. There's nothing more valuable than you can give than your time. And we appreciate everybody who does. Pro wrestling as a whole is a niche fan base itself, though. That's why I said it's a niche of a niche of a niche. So wrestling is a niche product, and AEW is a niche of that niche. That's hopefully that helps clarify it for you, bud. I give it a chance. So right now we got the Bucks are setting up Kevin Knight. Everyone's just wandering around ringside. Kenny gets a tag up over the top. Double axe handle. Okada runs away again. Hanging with the Maple Leaf, KJ, and the rest of the Wrestling for Life. Christopher, we appreciate it. Love seeing it, folks. We're in triple digits. Let's get up to 150 tonight. Go get all your friends. Share this link. Let's go. Don't forget we're on Facebook now. I believe that the case of a lot of people who used to watch, again, I've said this a million times, Scott, I'm an AEW fan through and through. I've seen every minute of it. I started doing content because I wanted to defend AEW against a lot of people. But I got to be honest, and I'm not going to come on here and bullshit you guys. Super kick on Bayley. And this is where I get a little torn. There's a lot of fun things happening. It's just a mess. It's a fucking mess. It looks like that was a bit of a crazy spot, though. As they hang Kenny Omega and Speedball, and both men get hit at the same time. Pro wrestling as a whole is a niche fan base itself. Yes. I think I answered this one already. I don't want to answer it twice. You're allowed, but I will judge you. There you go. Evolve, Zeta Steel defeats Layla Diggs. Maybe I'll have to start peeking in at Evolve and see what's up. Zeta Steel seems like she has a bright future. Layla Diggs, I mean, again, up and coming. We'll see what happens there. What do you think of Survivor Series being held at a stadium, making it all 4 original WWE pay-per-views held in a stadium? They are that big and they can justify it. I was doing some research today. I can't find anywhere that WWE is selling tickets for $40,000. I haven't seen it. I mean, again, if anybody has a screenshot or proof of that, I have not seen it. But right now, the WWE, whether people want to love it or hate it, it's bigger than anything. It's got the biggest fan base, and they're able to fill stadiums. And that's the thing about it. I know some people are a little concerned that the Survivor Series thing came out without mention of War Games. Do remember that happened in previous years as well. I know a lot of people are thinking they canceled War Games. No, they just haven't committed to War Games or announced a War Game to have. Niche better have my money. Jose, I like it. Let's go. I still have hope for AEW. I do too, Jason. Let's go this way as we are in another in picture. So this all-star 8-man match has gone almost 25 minutes into the show. And it doesn't really mean a lot. So it's a lot of show to dedicate to, flips and tricks. But Jason, I have hope because there's so much talent. There's so many good wrestlers in this company. I have plenty of hope for AEW and what they can do in the future. They do need some growth. They have to mature. They have to get better. I just really feel like a man who is older than me is running AEW and acting like a teenage boy. Yeah, that's funny. This feels like a house show match instead of 8 guys with beef. Facts. As we are in picture, it looks like the heels are back in control. Indies on steroid. That's what they picture themselves as. Hashtag jump suplex. It's odd MVP keeps telling MJF to give people what they want. He needs to talk to Tony instead. Yeah, I mean, I think my biggest complaint about AEW late 2024 into 2025 is the fact that I've gotten really excited about certain talent and they don't seem to go anywhere. I get a lot of, we were getting a lot of Jericho. We get a lot of Mercedes. We get a lot of other people, but it seems like really talented wrestlers that I want to see, we're not seeing. Backyard Wrestling. We literally just watched, there's a difference between a TLC match and having controlled chaos and having 8 guys just run around and do something. And I didn't even make that comment. I mean, I'm just defending the stance. Again, there's a difference. Organized chaos, controlled chaos, and just chaos. Again, and when you go to the backyard, when the chaos is your exception, not your rule, yeah, sorry. Ricochet appears to fit quite well with the Bucks. I'd leave him with the Bucks. Ricochet joining the Elite makes sense to me. Ricochet in. Kenny. A big dunk, as Excalibur called it. Niches get stitches. I like that. Not all, buddy. Not all. Again, there's a difference between facts and seeing what you want to see. Wild down 3-2. Wild need it, but the Kings are ridiculously good, especially at this time of year. A very hard out. We'll see what happens there. Mark Briscoe in there. Speaking of a guy that I wish would get more TV time, would be like a TNT champion. Mark Briscoe, the fans love him. He gets the fans on their feet. Kevin Knight. Oh, we're back over the ropes again. Okada in the ring by himself, just swinging hopelessly. Let me put it this way for people. When people call the AEW out for being backyard, or you got to understand, the perfect example I'll give anybody out there is just go watch a few episodes of LFG. And when you see guys like Booker T, as everybody's flying, Mark is in. Oh, Brainbuster! 2 count on Okada. When you watch LFG and they talk about psychology and the importance of psychology and wrestling psychology and not whiffing on punches, making moments matter, not just doing things for the sake of doing things, selling things, all of that matters in real pro wrestling. Again, if you want to be the real pro wrestling, then be the real pro wrestling. But if you want to be the alternative to real pro wrestling, that's okay too. I will support you and watch as you are the chaos, the alternative to what I'm used to. But literally watching 3 or 4 episodes of LFG will tell you all that you need to know about what is going wrong with AEW. They're doing all these fun spots, but it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't have standing power. It doesn't have longevity. It is like if you, and I've used this example before, but if you were driving home from work and there was an accident on the side of the road, you stop and look at it. But the next day, if there's an accident in the same spot, you might look at it again. But if it's there every time you drive by, eventually you're not looking at it. You're ignoring it. You're not registering it. And that's what this becomes. As we get a super kick, Kevin Knight off the ropes, over the double team, double Pele kick, kind of. We're the best wrestle. They got a lot of really good talent. They just don't really hit the mark. What if the fans in the building are delusional? They paid the money to be delusional, so I'm okay with that, Bendy. If you paid your money and you're into what they're doing, then AEW is doing a good job. So this match might not be everyone's cup of tea. It might have a lot of flaws to it, but the crowd in the building is loving it. So to them, that's their job. But those are already your customers. How do you get more customers? And you're losing more than you're gaining. Exactly. 100%. 100%, my guy. Let's go. Let's go. Get those likes in. Click that little thumb. So we want to see triple digits all night long, folks. Now we got Okada. Kenny grabs the rope. One wing danger. Reversed. Misses the... Oh, Snapdragon. See, I like this. I like the exchange here. This is fun to me. Always have hope. Don't give up hope. Nobody in AEW has the balls to say, hey, you kids, cut that out. No, and the problem is the boss thinks it's great. But there is truth to the longevity of what you're trying to accomplish. You need to be better. You need to be more realistic. And again, like I said, a diehard AEW fan. I have no reason to criticize AEW for no reason. If they were killing it, I tell you they were killing it. This match has literally been 30 minutes. Again, another contrived spot. I don't care for this. So we get the drop kicks into the sentons. Again, too many spots that are just like, would this ever be something that happens? This match isn't bad. It's just all over the place. It's a lot of spots. It's fun. It's exciting in a lot of ways. just sloppy. And it doesn't mean anything. Going for a BT trigger, misses. Or an EVP trigger, or whatever they're calling it this week. Out go the Bucks. Out goes Ricochet. It's crazy. I'm begging for someone to turn the street lights on so the kids can go inside. Someone call their parents on some fun spots, but definitely all over the place. It's fun. Oh, Jay Driller. Ricochet gets back in. If the people not watching AEW anymore are that picky, then nothing will satisfy them. Don't they criticize WWE enough? If the people not watching AEW anymore are that picky, then nothing will satisfy them. Don't they criticize WWE enough? I'm not quite sure how to put that together in my head. I mean, I know a lot of people, friends, family, that have stopped watching AEW. Big spot. That's huge. That's really cool. Let's go. This is such PWG match, 100%. Kenny off the ropes, off another rope, up and over on everybody. And back up. Crowd goes nuts. KJ Excalibur just said one of the best all-star matches. My question is 31 minutes, a lot of spots. Why is Josh Alexander not in this match? Hopefully Josh Alexander is not sitting in catering. Josh is with the Callis family, and we got to see what that means. I haven't been happy with how Josh has come into this company. This is a crazy match, and they've literally dedicated a quarter of the show is this. And poor Mark Briscoe eats another pin. Fair enough. The match is over, folks. We finally get a winner. And that's the other part. The ending just happened. I think that my biggest issue with AEW is nothing means anything. I can't get invested into that. That's fair. Again, people tell you, oh, you're just, you're a hater and oh, you don't get it. Like, again, you have every right. Can this match end? No. So you just dedicated a quarter of your show to this. And the Elite get the win. But if you've seen one Elite match, you've seen them all. Every Bucks match looks the same. Nobody on the apron, no counts, no tags, rare tags. But there you go. Put Ricochet in the Elite, though. Put Ricochet in the Elite. Are you for August? NWO is back to take over AW soon. All right, we got the Hurt Syndicate and 4 local enhancement talents cheering them on. So more chaos ensuing. That guy just sold the fuck out of Bobby Lashley by accident. Heels win. Kenny's going to fly. 32-minute match. This is ridiculous, and it needs to end. WWE destroys AEW. I wonder, again, we know where you're going to lean, but I get it. Listen, the match was fun. It had really big spots. It was exciting. But I don't know about eating up a quarter of your weekly show. I don't know about it. And again, what does it mean? Where does it go? Why does Mark Briscoe have to eat all the L's? Kenny Omega and Okada are building for a pay-per-view that's in the summer. There's again, the no selling. It just, again, it's cool spots. You use the word ridiculous. It's like I've seen 20 seasons of ridiculousness. But at some point, you're just watching clips of people fucking up. And that's what this feels like to an extent. And you can tell me if you disagree. I watch other wrestling promotions with you guys, and they aren't nearly as booked poorly as AEW on a consistent basis. That's it, man. I mean, and again, it's not just about AEW versus WWE. It's not a fair argument. To be realistic right now, it's not the same league. It's not the same vibe. It's not the same thing. I wish people would let go of the battle. But TNA, MLW, even Maple Leaf Pro, a lot of shows work differently. And you look at even like a GCW or a House of Glory or a Wrestling Revolver, where you're getting matches, but the guys are digging in, the guys are selling spots. Yeah, there can be some hot spot heavy indie matches, but it's the exception, not the rule. This match has finally come to an end. We are just under 40 minutes into Dynamite. On the bright side, the show was flying. The crowd was into it in the building. Full thumbs up for that. Again, the fans like what they like. And again, maybe I'm just old man yelling at cloud, but to me, there's an artistry to what they're supposed to be doing that they don't get. And it's great that they can jump over stuff. But where does it go and what does it mean? We heard people 35 fucking minutes. Let's go. The Hurt Syndicate should be the Hurt Syndicate should be jobbing the whole AEW roster. They should be, even though that was not part of the AEW roster. But yes, they should be fucking up everybody. Everybody. That's why they gave Bobby a tag belt, because if he's a singles competitor, you have no way to keep him away from the top and nobody to stop him. Are they building a tag team to face Hurt Syndicate yet? No, we're still dealing with MJF. The tag team division does not exist. Jason, how you doing? How you doing? Yeah, AEW has the worst tag team division in all of wrestling. And they have the worst women's division in all of wrestling. I think there's a comma in there, and they are revealing vulnerability. We hurt, comma, people. Please emphasize with us and our pain. I like that one. The Rosebuds, right? Everyone is like, we hurt people, but no one is asking why hurt people. Well, I sometimes think certain people don't need a reason, Jose. Some people just fuck people up. Some people just hurt people. It's what they do. That's their business, and business is good. So we'll take it. We'll take it. All that being said, real quickly, folks, I will remind everybody, join the WFU. Use the hashtag WFU. Be a part of the Wrestling Fans United. We are growing. We are challenging the IWC. We are challenging those that report in the IWC. We are challenging the mindset of the IWC. We are the alternative. We are a place that you can come, talk, disagree, agree to disagree. It is amazing. So make sure you join us. Make sure you go get your merch, and make sure you're here for all the shows. Tomorrow's going to be a fun one. All three of us will be live for the return of the Dirt Sheet debate, where we basically just go live and work some shit out. I don't even have a graphic for this one, but the Ops are taking on local enhancement talent. Those spoken with in AEW believe that Thekla is heading to the company. Hey, if they get Thekla, good on them. But you brought in. As soon as her name comes back to my mind, I will yell it out. But you have Athena. You brought in Deonna Purrazzo. You have Taya Valkyrie, who you brought in. You've brought in, who else have they brought in? They brought in a lot. You have a lot of female talent not doing much. I also heard rumors out there, and again, I don't trust anything that Fightful says. I've seen reports out there. Hey, okay. I recognize some of these fellows. But, there's a connection with the WWE and some of the Stardom talent there for Thekla. AEW might get their hands on them. They brought in Megan Bain. Sorry, was the other name I was thinking of. Again, a lot of talent that isn't being used. So when are you going to use the talent you have? Let's go. I have a question. Where Private Party? Well, Private Party did exactly what they needed to do. They got the belts because the egos of the Bucks didn't want to give them to anybody else. And then they got beat and they went away. And then next time they decide to give them a belt for some type of transitional reason, they'll bring them back. This is what we talk when we say benched. The fact that Dave Meltzer has the nerve to talk about any company in the world benching talent, he needs to look in his own house first. He's got to look at his friends and see what they are doing at a higher rate and a higher level than anybody. But Joe is in control. I'm not even putting a poll up for this one. I think that's Camarado. I recognize the other gentleman, by the way, who's getting chopped. That is... I didn't see name bars, so y'all can let me know who's getting beat up right now. Those spoken within AEW, I got that one. Everyone, I got that one. Yeah, that's funny. Let's go. I like serious Kylie more than happy Kylie. It's good to know that Kylie. No, I thought Camarado left the company. There's a guy. Could you not make Camarado like a heater? Like if he was the heavy for the Bucks, would it help take the Bucks more serious if you had this big hairy bro defending them? Could you not do something with Camarado? Shibata just kicking this man in the back. Rude. What I like about Kylie in this case is showing the ability to do it, right? And showing that she can be more than just a smile. So, yeah, good for her. The Young Bucks hurt people's eyes, Paul. If the Young Bucks were presented like Dominic Mysterio and they had somebody like Camarado or Big Bill as a heavy, I think it works a lot better than them trying to be cool badasses. They're not badasses. They don't scare us. They don't make us nervous. They are little douchebags that 90% of this chat would beat the shit out of at a bar if they ever bumped into them the wrong way. Alan, how you doing? Who do you think will face WWE World Champion at Backlash? Women's World Champion. Not guaranteed that we'll get a match for all, because we know Triple H has been going like 4, 5, 6 matches. Wow, it's over. My God, Hobbs is a fucking tank. Hobbs makes the op so much better. Right now it looks like Rhea Ripley still kind of wants Io's belt, but Io might end up in a tag match with Rhea, maybe, but after last night, that wouldn't really make sense. So that's a good question. On the other side of the docket, and here are the Death Riders. As Moxley going right after Joe. Yuta trying to run away from Hobbs. Didn't work. Where are the rest of them? Oh, there's Claudio. 8 minutes behind. Must have been finishing up his spaghetti. Like, where was he? AEW always has one jobber match on their show. It isn't needed every week. I don't mind jobber matches. Time and place. Jobber matches, though, are better for talent that are trying to be established. Samoa Joe's established. Where you would give like a jobber match is when you bring in a Josh Alexander. Put him in there with local enhancement talent and have him dust them. Have him beat 4 or 5, 6 guys in a row. Establish him. As Joe running back into the ring, as Shibata gets dropped on a chair. And again, the Death Riders are running away. Jon Moxley is the biggest chicken shit tough guy I've ever seen in my life. This guy talks badass, but spends all of his time running away. Doesn't work for me, brother. MJF will appear live tonight. Maybe he won't be. What? Well, we hope he's alive. Evening, KJ. Brian, welcome. If Megan Bain was the Bucks heater, like China was for I mean, that'd be cool. It'd be different. And they are kind of weaselly in that way. So, I mean, it could work. It could work. Never say never. I'm all for the ladies getting in there and doing shit. So, Joe got a mic. And this is where, again, if you want to be fair and if you want to be honest about the product being presented to you, you watch AEW, you get Samoa Joe just said what I said. See, we get it. Joe. Let's go. I don't mind Joe versus John. I don't understand the trios belts being involved. You know what I mean? Like, people were mad that there was triple threats at WrestleMania because we didn't get one-on-ones, but somehow they're fighting over the trios belts and the world title. It's weird. And if you put the world title, here's a good question. I'll ask a question to everyone out there right now, and you can tell me if I'm crazy. John Moxley has this whole big plan that we're not quite sure of what it is. And in that plan, he won the world title, put it in a suitcase. When they won the trios titles, why didn't they also go in a suitcase? Shouldn't all the belts that you like, we're taking all the belts and we're hiding all the belts? Why only one of 4 belts went in suitcases? There you go. Joe wants the belt. I think Joe chasing John is great. I really do. But we know it's a foregone conclusion. My only beef is the trio stuff should have nothing to do with this. But in 2 weeks at spring break, we are going to get John Moxley, Samoa Joe. We knew it was going to happen. They talked about it last week. But that becomes my question. Why have the trios belts involved in this at all? Hook. I like it. Hobbs fits the groups way more than Hook did. Yeah, I agree with you. He adds a legitimacy to it. As we go to Renee Paquette and Mercedes. And being that I don't want to hear what she has to say, I'm going to put another. This is where I think fans get burned out and fans criticize a little bit of the booking. You have an 8-man all-star match that's chaos. It goes 35 minutes. It's all over the place. It looks like a brawl. There's no tag. Like, again, no rhyme, no reason. Everybody gets their spots in. Chaos. Some people are going to love that. Some people are going to hate that. That's fair. Right? I liked it. I didn't love it for the reasons I stated. Other people are going to think that was the best match of the year. That's fine. But then you follow that with the Hurt Business in the back. Three men. They beat up 4 guys. Then you go to the ring for a trios match. They dummy 3 guys, and then 3 more guys and a woman run out. So now we're up to 7. They run out. We get another brawl and a runaway. It's, again, imagine you were driving home from work and every 20 fucking feet there was another accident on the side of the road. Are you that interested in the 3rd accident? How about the 4th accident? And speaking of accidents, here's Mercedes with Renee Paquette. Flawless victory. Love it. Death Riders beat down again. Yep. Hobbs is freaking Abrams' tank. He is unbelievable, man. So good. There's so much you could do with Hobbs. Wrestling runs on money time. That's pretty smooth, though. That's pretty smooth. Moxley choked out again. No, he ran away. Death Riders be looking weak lately. Again, too much running. If you are the Bucks and you are, are you whiny heels that run? That's fine. But if you're the big badass, then you got to be the big badass. You got to be the Braun Breaker. If you're a destroyer, you got to destroy. You can't be running all the fucking time. As right now, I'm getting a commercial for MLP Pro. As they are returning, they're going to the historic Maple Leaf Gardens, which is no longer the home of the Maple Leafs, but The building was so historic, it still stands. It's become a grocery store and a university hockey rink. It's crazy. But MLP will be at the historic Maple Leaf Gardens. Heels are always running away, period. Yeah, I don't get it. There's a time and place to run, but what type of heel are you? And if everybody's the same, again, if everybody's an all-star, who's really the all-star? If everyone's a badass, but they all run away, who's really the badass? I haven't seen Deonna Purrazzo on the show at all. Again, we talk about benched. Where's Deonna? This is effing embarrassing. This is AEW's world champion. Good point. Again, if we had, we're trying to get away from the double standards here at the WFU. We don't want to keep seeing the same things. And I see the arguments online, and we talked about it. We're going to talk about it more tomorrow. But again, it's just watching the hypocrisy at times. But speaking of that, tomorrow, folks, we will be here live for the Dirt Sheet debate. Like I said, Friday we got SmackDown. We're building towards Backlash. We got so much coming your way. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, be a friend, tell a friend. I've seen well over 100 people with me tonight. Make sure you hit that like button if you haven't done that yet. Still need 15 to get to 100. So let's go. Get in there. Like the channel. Check us out on Twitch. Check us out on Facebook. Check us out on Discord and all your favorite socials, including TikTok. Check them all out, folks. We got lots coming your way. And don't forget, be here tomorrow. It's going to be a fun one. I know Nick and I have had some things we don't agree with. Logan Paul, Pat McAfee. Anthony might give us some true crime things to argue about. We'll see what's going on. But there is definitely lots to get into. And don't forget, get your Wrestling for Life Network merch. We got new merch coming your way. And in order to do that, we are going to take some of this merch off the shelves. The big one is the Brunch with the Boys Summer Tour 2024. That shirt will be coming down, will be replaced by the Brunch with the Boys Summer Tour 2025 with a new design, new look, new feel. And again, we're working on some stuff. We might have a new Anthony shirt, a new Nick shirt, and a new channel shirt coming your way soon. So make sure you get all that stuff. Make sure you be a part of the family. Rock your swag. It's priced to go. It's cheap and affordable, but great quality. You can't ask for more. And any wrestling show you go to, bring a sign with our logo, and we'll send you one for free. Boom. And back at it. How we doing out there, folks? How you feeling? So I have no idea what's coming up next. Joe needs to be a belt collector. Joe's a beast. I love Joe. So we're in the back with the family, or the patriarch. So they're talking to Nick Wayne about going to represent New Japan in New Japan. Jay Lethal. Holy fuck. Jay Lethal still works here. Moxley been choked out a few weeks in a row. Yeah, he does not. Like, again, the fact that he lost that match by being choked out so easily was embarrassing. People talked about Gunther getting choked out. Couldn't believe it. Again, I couldn't believe it, but I also can't believe Moxley. Steel cage might make that match worse. Might. Again, I think when you're not really good at something, you add in all the extra stuff. Cages, barbed wire, spikes. You do the extra stuff all the time because you can't do the regular stuff proper. I want to see Jon Moxley. Here's my challenge for Jon Moxley out there. Go have a really good match. A one-on-one match. No bullshit. One-on-one. One fall. A solid 20-minute one-on-one match with no bullshit. No brawling in the crowd. Toe-to-toe. Just a fucking straight-up wrestling match. Show us that you know how. But here comes Timeless Tony. As the women are getting their usual between 9 and 9:30 spot. The biggest star in the company. Here comes Tony Storm. I will put up a poll for this one for sure. Let me know who you're taking, folks. Who do you like? Who do you have for the win in this one? As Tony Storm will take on Miyu Yamashita. Bum, 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 bum. Steel cage might make it worse. Yeah, don't overdo it. Mox has been choked out. Got that one. Mark's supposed to be a world champion of AEW, but every week he gets choked out like a loser. Mox, yeah. Again, I don't get it. I just don't get the approach. Joe needs to be a belt collector. Got that one. The worst part of the belt in the suitcase gimmick is that even when it's on the line, they don't take it out. Yeah, I mean, you'd almost, as like a company mandate, you have to. You have to give the belt to the ref. Or at minimum, you want to make it a big deal. You stick a Death Rider logo on the suitcase. You give the suitcase to the ref and let him walk around with it. I don't know. But there, again, real wrestling. There's things that have been happening in wrestling for 100 years that this company acts like they don't need to. Nick Mom is the tallest one in the group. Nick Mom's the biggest in the group. Nick Mom's the most over in the group. And Nick's mom is the only one we really want to see. Let's be real. Tony. Timeless Tony for the win. As we are getting a little package here on Miyu Yamasha. But my question is, and anyone out there can answer me. And again, I'm open to all opinions. Even if you completely think I'm dumb, why is this match happening when you have so many women on your roster benched? So many. Dun, 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 dun. Let's go through real quick. This website sucks. So, oh no, that's what that does. Okay. Yeah, and it's an eliminator match. So Tony has been building up for the winner of the Owen. And in the middle of that, we get an eliminator match. Which does she beat Tony tonight to get a match at Double or Nothing? Kenny. 3-3 Panthers Lightning. Good game. I like it. Yeah, we got at least we got a package. Little Ice Cube out there is going to be thrilled. Cherokee, can you not put up results for some people want to watch? What did that refer to? I see. Nick Wayne defending against Jay Lethal. Okay. Again, does anyone care? Is that match happening on Dynamite or Ring of Honor? That's my question. I just did that laugh. That's funny as hell. Pretty much. I think I'd be more down for that one, to be honest. Got you. Jay Lethal versus Nick Wayne. Again, did anyone even remember Jay Lethal in the company? That's a valid question, folks. Okay, Abaddon's not there anymore, but still on the AEW roster. Haven't seen her in months. Anna Jay just came back, barely gets used. Athena's buried in Ring of Honor, and you let Mercedes destroy her winning streak for nothing. You guys got to understand, Athena's winning streak being ended for no reason bothers the fuck out of me. That should have been epic. Like when somebody finally beat Athena, you could have used that to put over a young talent, a new champion. Beating Athena after so many days, undefeated, to just beat her like that for Mercedes, resume, for her ego, that blows my fucking mind. If Thekla does sign for AEW, could you see Camille and or Deonna Purrazzo get released? Rumor was that Camille was trying to get out as it was. Deonna, I have no idea. I don't think Tony wants to release anybody because Tony, I think, is nervous that the more people that leave AEW, the more Tony fumble chants are going to happen. And I know the diehards are trying so hard to defend. Oh, they're just using the AEW guys. Tony clearly makes stars because they're being signed. It is so ridiculous. And I honestly don't believe that many people are that delusional. I do think a lot of people are just talking out their ass to try and save face or try and get clicks. But at the end of the day, Mio beating the shit out of, oh, wow. Luther getting beat up and booed, kicking Tony in the ass. But this idea that Miro is like Rusev, Miro, cut it any way you want. That's his character. Who helped him do that? He did it. Nobody in AEW helped him make that. That's him. Ricky Saints is the same as Ricky Starks. That's him. This idea that Tony's creating stars that the WWE just have to have. No, it's like having a good player on a bad team. And if you're a good team thinking, if I could just get that guy out of that team, he'll help ours a lot. So again, it's more of a sign of underwhelming the talent, not overwhelming the talent. And I think people have it backwards. Bum, bum, bum. But we go to pitcher and pitcher right now, folks. Tonight, we are in the second hour now. Jay Lethal versus Nick Wayne. Got that one. Tony. Oh, yeah, back to my little experiment. So we got this match happening right now. Britt Baker, MIA. We don't know if she's in the company anymore. Deonna Purrazzo, MIA. Don't know if she's in the company anymore. Diamante, I believe, has been doing some stuff on Ring of Honor. Never see her. Emi Sakura is on the roster. No idea where she is, nor do I want to see her. Harley Cameron, we love Harley, but she got super hot and you let her fizzle out because you did nothing with it. Sheeta, don't know where she is. Does she still exist? Have no idea. Jamie Hayter came back, former world champion, returns on a pre-show and barely gets used till now. We'll see. Again, I think she's just going to be another notch on Mercedes, fucking bedpost. Julia Hart's been in and out, kind of trying to get in there. Hasn't done a lot. Camille's on the roster, came to the company, basically got buried by Sasha. Haven't seen her again. Karen Jarrett, why is she even on the roster? No idea. Kira Hogan. Is she still with AEW? She's on the page. Statlander should be a world champion. Should be challenging to be a world champion. Layla Gray's doing her thing in Ring of Honor. Madison Rain is a trainer, but sometimes fights. Mariah May wants out, apparently. That's the rumor. Marina's stuck with the Death Riders. Megan Bayne, we'll see what they do with Megan, because Megan is a lady that should have a title, should be challenging for a title. She went after Tony. She's kind of fallen into the background. She wasn't in the Owen. What are we doing with her? Mercedes Martinez, didn't know she was still there. Nick Wayne's mom's got it going on. Sasha Banks is your TBS champion, gets overbooked, but we see a lot of her. Nyla Rose, never see her, don't even know if she's still in the company. Penelope Ford's been helping Megan, which works really well if you book it and use it. Queen Aminata, see her in spurts, but all she does is lose. Red Velvet has a Ring of Honor belt, so good for her. Rebel, I think she's the makeup artist for the company, not wrestling. Rio, MIA, we'll see when Kenny lets her play again. Ruby had a baby. Soraya is no longer with the company. Serena Deeb comes and goes. Sky Blue's recovering. Tay Mello's been out forever. I know she had a baby, but is she ever coming back? Technically, how Dave Meltzer pointed out about Dakota Kai is the same thing for Tay Mello. She's benched because she's healthy to return, but she hasn't. It's bullshit. I don't believe that, and that's not fair. Taya Valkyrie, I love Taya. Never see her. Thunder Rosa, hot and cold. Hasn't had a good run since she was champion. Willow, we love, but they're burying her. She should be a merch monster. And Yuka Sakazaki did not even know she was on the roster, and we rarely see her. I know that was a long little experiment, folks, but that is your AEW women's roster. Where are they? Where are they? Anybody? Is KJ seeing all these names off? Of course I am. Right off the top of the dome. Britt Baker has been released a few weeks ago. Now, if that's true, she's still on their website. So that's an interesting one. Soraya is still on their website. She's not there anymore. But I think they're slow to take certain names off the website because they don't, they don't want to, lose that notoriety until they have to. Harley Cameron was buried by TK. You had so much potential in Harley Cameron, and you let it go. You just let it go. Where is it? Why is this lady fighting your world champion right now? And I just named 30 women that haven't even had a sniff of a match. Every week we get a Mercedes moment and one women's match. There you go. Britt Baker, she's not on the roster page. I just looked at the roster page. Tony with them tree trunk. Oh, absolutely, my guy. Sherry, how you doing? How you doing? Again, this isn't AEW hate. This is legitimately AEW questions, right? If the fans are going to say certain companies bury their talent, well, help me understand then. Help me understand, where are all these women when you continually bring in women from other companies and it goes nowhere and means nothing for the long-term success and longevity of your brand? I think I sound pretty reasonable. Tony has plenty of ass to kick. Yeah, bada boom. Britt Baker not on the roster page. I just saw her on the roster page. I was reading it. Where is Sammy Guevara? Sammy's buried in Ring of Honor. He's not allowed to come to Wednesdays because he was very unpolite towards Mercedes Moné. AW website. Scroll down. Like, do I got to do a screen share? Britt Baker, doctor, right in between Athena and Deonna Purrazzo. I'm looking at it. Damn, finally got an aerial shot. I see now why. Barely anyone there. I thought it was as Tony gets the win. And what's the point of an eliminator match? Just have a match. But I love Tony Storm, and Tony Storm gets the win. And I will, again, I'm just offering logic. This is KG's version of intervention for AEW. I'm just offering logic and some facts. Now, if some people get offended by the facts, I apologize. But the truth is the truth is the truth. As here comes the CEO. This is very nerve-wracking for me. Mercedes Moné. So we already had one Mercedes moment. We're getting two now. Did that woman have a beard? What? Anyway. Why is Tony having a hard time with this jobber? Apparently she's a badass. No reaction. Lights out. And here comes Jamie Hayter. And down goes Sasha. Down goes Sasha. As Velma kicking the shit out of Sasha. And the heel runs away. Send them a direct message or something. Then I don't like spoilers. I like to enjoy the moment. Unknown is appreciated. Wrestling Rants. We do our best. Again, when it comes to something as like down the chart as Evolve, I mean, I can't really say much about it, my guy. AEW has pretty underrated women's division. But you've never consistently seen half of them. They do. I mean, again, there's a lot of talent. I read out a ton of talent. A ton, as Tony is dancing, I think, or having a seizure. Not sure. And we go to the Don Callis family. Tony wins. Solid match. My guess, they're waiting for Britt Baker to sign a stupid NDA before they part ways with her. Facts, Larry. That seems to be the MO of this particular company. And again, it would make you wonder. A lot of people like to throw stones at the other company, but why does Tony need so many NDAs? I think he leads the league in NDAs, does he not? All right, so Don Callis cutting a promo about our main event tonight. I'm imagining our main event, as we don't have much left as far as advertised stuff goes. Kyle Fletcher will take on Adam Page. Should be a hell of a match here tonight. Dale, did Sean Robb's report Dr. Baber released? I don't know if she's officially released. Again, there's been some mixed messages on that one. This was terrible, horrible first hour. Well, again, depends how you look at it. Some people say it was an incredible first hour. You had some people are going to say that was an epic women's match. I saw 3 women's matches so far this week that were better than that one by far. I might have seen 3 last night that were better. Don Callis fucking coming unglued. I like it. The crowd does not care. They don't. And that's, I think, out of everything when it comes to Tony's booking, the one thing he's not grasping onto is how the fans in the building are reacting to people. He doesn't give a flying fuck. I'm going to get rid of that. She left the belt. Yeah, she just left the belt. Fuck it. I don't need this thing. I got 5 of them, 4 of them, whatever. Clearly, the belts mean a shit ton. The Don Generous Alliance. The Dangerous Alliance. You need an accent. The Dangerous Alliance. Let's go. Let's go. I still hate that Josh is just a 4th guy in a huge faction. Blows my fucking mind. I love Josh Alexander. What have we done? I should do the same thing. Let's go back up. As we get the Hurt Syndicate coming out, Aaron Solo's on the roster. Don't know where he is. Action Andrade is in a tag team that doesn't matter. Adam Cole's TNT champ, but they've been buried on Collision. Adam Page we like. Alex Abrahantes we don't see enough of. Alex Reynolds is still on the roster. Don't know why. Did anyone know Angelico was still in the company? Air Fox. Brandon Cutler. I don't know if anyone saw online. Brandon Cutler's putting out some vignettes. It actually made me interested in what Brandon Cutler's up to. Believe it or not. If he can stay miles and miles and miles away from the Bucks and run what he's selling me right now on those vignettes online, you might actually have something with Brandon Cutler. But MVP talking about this current ongoing situation with MJF. Do you think MJF joins Hurt Syndicate? I have a feeling that we're going to get a match. If I was booking it, you put MJF in a match with Bobby, and we'll feel, does he earn his respect? As here comes MJF. Speak of the devil. Da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. Yeah, she was having a bit of a meltdown. Tony doesn't understand cheap heat from real heat. But no sound. Like if you get someone like Mercedes that comes out that you're spending a lot of money on and the crowd doesn't react, it's an issue. But MJF's in the ring, folks. I don't think I took the last poll down. We all knew Tony was going to win, though. Did someone on commentary just burp into the mic? Did that happen? Zero reaction. I mean, dead silence. No, the slightest clap or cheer or whatever, Mercedes. People would rather see Hater. People would rather see Thunder Rosa. People have been dying for other wrestlers to be used. I just listed off a long list of women that are not getting TV time. But, Miyu got some. Well, thank you, Javon. And Helico is probably dancing on the ceiling. Yeah, why is he still on the list? Cross him off then. Let's go. 3-1 Washington. Yeah. You knew Washington was going to be a tough spot, tough out. Uh-oh. See, the crowd's into this. Oh, we're voting again. This is like fucking Survivor. Every week. Chuck Taylor's still on the roster. That's interesting. Danhausen's still on the roster, though he's not there. Colt Cabana's still on the roster. It's a weird roster. 2 thumbs up. Here we go. Here we go. Is Bobby going to cave? Is Bobby going to cave? Maybe. I'm just asking. Sad part is I actually think Angelico, don't judge me. I liked Angelico. I liked him in Lucha Underground a lot. You know, that spot where he came flying off the fucking office ceiling, off the roof. Bobby, didn't they steal his car last week? Did they give it back? Show Bobby some love. Show Bibby some love. The crowd wants it. They're into this. It's the best angle you have going in this company right now. Thumbs down. Well, he broke his leg, and then I don't know. Apparently, he doesn't talk to them anymore. Yeah, he was in Ring of Honor doing that long-legged, shimmy, wobbly dancing he does. Hey, you know what, Bob? I'm about sick of your shit. What do you think? They borrowed. How about some Rogaine? You big bald son of a bitch. Ah, shit's about to go real. Remember, they hurt people. As Bobby backs MJF into the corner. He's screaming for fucking MVP. You want to impress me, you hurt somebody. Come on, Bob. Come on, Robert. We hurt people. A legitimate badass doing badass things, and the crowd's eating it up, folks. And Helico need to dump the EDM. You know what? And Helico in like a tag team or like mid-lower card guy, even with the dancing gimmick, he doesn't hurt the program if he's just kind of that guy, right? It's kind of the light fluff, you know, it's like Pretty Deadly. It's kind of that vibe. So they walk off, but Bobby says, if you want to impress me, hurt someone. If I was MJF, I would hurt Bobby. Maybe. MJF will F Bobby up. Bobby is all muscle, no talent compared to MJF. It's a lot of muscle, though, my guy. And he just manhandled. Give him a bloody nose by squeezing his face. One small issue. One of the announcers said, there's never been so much drama in a thumb. Ernie Jason, that's genius, buddy. I wouldn't even have thought of that. Listen, don't let the Samoans hear that either. They're big fans of that, you know, using that thumb. Should have called him Robert, yeah. Spear him. No, so Bobby just says, you want to impress me, you got to go hurt somebody. Announcers are like Bob Uecker with Major League. Who cares? Nobody's listening to us anyway. Again, we quote that all the time, Chair. You know that, and that's I love that. You can't say that on the air. Who cares? No one's listening anyway. As we go to an FTR package, folks. And apparently Bibbins uses DVDs in 2025 to watch recruitment videos. Good to know. Good to know. Bibbins is, right with the times. Got his DVDs out. So Bobby wants MJF to hurt somebody. That is the mandate, the mission that has been given to MJF is, if you want to impress me, hurt somebody. How do you feel about that, folks? What do you think about it? Yeah, he really did. Looked like a scared little bitch. I mean, a man grabs my face, I'm not yelling out for another man to come save me. That is an issue. Even if you are. But again, yes and no, because that is kind of MJF's shtick, right? So, but yeah, he definitely looked like a bitch. But he is kind of a bitch. Oh yeah, we're getting Nick Wayne tonight. Wow. All right. So apparently we blew our wad in the first hour of this show, and the second hour is just going to be hodgepodge. Easily the best thing going in AEW right now. 100% wrestling rants. Absolutely. I would 100% agree with that. As Nick Wayne's entrance is interrupted by Papa Nick or Papa Christian and Mommy. But as we can clearly see, we're going to get Nick Wayne versus Christian. That all being said, has everyone heard the news that Luchasaurus is almost back, almost ready to go? Are you not entertained? I've been entertained in doses, Mr. TK. Parts, I've definitely been entertained, for sure. Not everything, though. I really like that, Bob. I really like what's happening with Bobby and MJF. I just don't know where. Again, my assumption ends up being that this leads to the conflict between them, right? Or do they ever find a way to have that Sami Zayn moment when he gets in? I don't think so at this point. Because when Bobby says, go hurt somebody, if I was MJF, I would hurt Bobby. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, that's the fun of wrestling. And again, remember, Bobby, again, comes out of a world full of big guys, right? Men. And he's dropped into a world of little kids. So he looks gigantic, and he is. MJF's going to play the scared guy role and then back 100%, Jose. 100%. It works for me. They should have just jumped him Unbroken. I don't know what Unbroken said. What's happening? Yeah, kind of, right? Go take someone out. So Jay Lethal, who I wasn't even sure was still in the company, is getting an impromptu match with Nick Wayne. I will put a poll up real quick. I know I'm a little late on the trigger to this one, but who really cares? Squash match, and now this match. I'm a little surprised. And it's for the Ring of Honor television title. I put Nick and Wayne as the options. That's not going to work. Hurt Marco Stunt or Excalibur. Fuck. I mean, again, I'd be too happy to watch MJF. If MJF could pull a Gunther and take out Excalibur, I'd be pretty thrilled. When out in Helico goes from chill to vicious, it can work. Not like Festus. Yeah, again, I think there's a time and place for a guy like Angelico. And I mean, I go back to the Lucha Underground stuff. I thought he was pretty okay there. Not one of the top guys, but a good guy to, put in the ring and do some stuff. Long, lanky, technical ability does exist with Angelico. And I mean, I think a lot of us remember that, he's had some huge spots. My three favorite WWE gimmicks of the Triple H era: Sami Zayn, Chelsea Green, Dirty Dom. Fair enough. I like it. I love Sammy. I know I'm going to take some heat for that. Chelsea Green's been unbelievable, and I'm hoping her losing the U.S. title is so she can go after a world title. A Money in the Bank, I think, would be Chelsea Green. Have Chelsea Green written all over it. Dirty Dom has been outstanding. Dirty Dom with the most surprising babyface turn in maybe the last 2-3 years. Easy. Why are they making your once top guy look so amateur? MJF's better. Yes and no. I mean, it does speak to the fact of, like, it's like that story that Kevin Nash told when they went to WCW. He's like, do you guys realize that two men held off your entire locker room and everybody believed it? So it's kind of like that, right? Bobby comes into AEW, MVP comes in, Shelton comes in, and they can do whatever they want in this company, and people believe that because they're from a different league. They're a different stature. They can beat up whoever they want. But it also plays well into MJF's chicken shit gimmick, where you saw it. Kind of like that normal, like a typical spoiled kid. At first, it's a nice ask. And then they ask again. And then they ask again. Now they're not getting their way. Then it becomes, what do you want from me? And then it's the temper tantrum. Then Bobby puts hands on him. He cowers, but then there's a retaliation. So I will defend that to an extent. At this point, MJF should reform the Pinnacle with FTR, Wardlow, and a mystery fifth member. Well, Ronan, in a world as Nick Wayne throws Jay Lethal into the steps, in a world full of factions, there are a lot of rumors about MJF putting the dynasty back together from his MLW days. And that's, yeah. So 57% taking Nick, 17 taking Jay, and 26 taking nobody. It would be hilarious if Christian screws Nick Wayne tonight because Nick Wayne's going to the New Japan. He's going to the World Juniors. That's what I'm calling them. I'm sticking to it. Because he's leaving, do you take that title off and give Jay Lethal the TV title, and then it sets up the revenge when he comes back? No, fake Tony. Stokely at least got out catering. Bibbins! I love Bibbins. I just don't. Again, I think it's great. I think the promo he cut last week or the week before was outstanding. The only mistake they made is if you bring in Stokely to talk for you, Stokely talks, you don't. Respectfully, I would take Nigel on commentary over the mask 100%. There's a list of people they've had. Ian, there's a list. There's like 15 guys I can think of that would be better, including me, on commentary than Sockface. MJF should change his name to MS13. See what this one. Another snag on the low-hanging fruit promo by MJF. The Rogaine comment was wild due to the fact Lashley actually has alopecia. Interesting. I did not know he had alopecia. Keep my wife's name out of your motherfucker. Anyway, yeah, MVP should have slapped him. But I did not know that, to be fair. But again, it's very often low-hanging fruit. There's a million things. And again, does that lend to this idea of the lack of maturity, right? Where man to man, you probably say something a little harsher and something a little less, you take a stronger dig at him than, oh, you're bold. So what? I get called bald all the fucking time. Shit happens. Said he likes to fight. Maybe Bobby wants to fight MJF. I thought that maybe there would be like Bobby versus MJF. They have a big one-on-one match. Bobby finds a way to win it, but in the process, MJF earns his respect. That was one of my theories. If someone bigger than you and more powerful than you grabs you by the face, scream out for Nick KJ. Yeah, probably not. Nick Wayne versus Jay Lethal, defend Ring of Honor belt. Where's my backup? If he even lets me get grabbed by the face, I'm going to be disappointed. But yeah, I don't think you yell out for another man. Like, get over, help me. You kick that man in the nuts and get free. I vote Jay Lethal. Good for you. Let's go Jay Lethal for the wild upset of the night. Did I not put a poll up or did I end it? I did end it. 56% going Nick. Yeah, I read that out. Okay, we're good. Nobody cares. What up? Anyone else feel like the second hour is dragging a little bit longer than the first hour? That 30-minute match was kind of a blessing. Mercedes get beat yet? No, and she won't. I'm really nervous about the idea of Mercedes versus Toni Storm at All In. I'm really nervous about that. I think that they will drag MJF thing out until Cedric non-compete clause is up. I think it's up like in any day now. I think we're like 9 days away, 8 days away. Like he'll probably be on like Dynamite next week or the week after. So KJ, all MJF has to do is kick Bobby in the shin. That hurts. I know. Hey man, listen, I'm not opposed to, going, shoving a thumb in an eye or, do what you got to do. No man be grabbing up on my face on an uncontested. I'm hearing, boy, George, do you really want to hurt me? I love that. You made me think of a wedding singer, Roddy. As Jay Lethal pancakes Nick Wayne. Do you really want to? These feel like charity matches. This Dynamite episode is rough. Again, some people are going to tell you it was the best Dynamite of the year. They continue to be on a run. Booker of the year. Again, it's not all bad. I think what sparked kind of my counter, and I've said this for weeks now, it's that the core fan base telling me how it is. And I it's just driving me nuts because you can like it, just you don't have to be such a fucking annoying asshole about liking it. My tribal streamer, why is Nick Wayne on TV? Too boring. Tom, how you doing? Your guess is as good as mine, buddy. We had Miu already on TV tonight. If you want Nick Wayne to defend the Ring of Honor TV title, send him over elsewhere. Why can't we have an Adam Cole TNT title match tonight? Reversal. And I like Nick Wayne. He's just in the wrong position. Wayne going to beat Lethal. The Hurt Syndicate is the best thing Tony has done since started watching a year ago or so. I mean, again, he's brought them in, and the good news about MJF, MVP, and MVP, Bobby, and Shelton is they're not going to be told what to do, and they get the business. They are guys that truly get the business. You're talking about guys that went through OVW, guys that have a history, guys that are vets, that understand psychology, understand how to build an angle, how to build suspense. So I think that's why this stuff with the Hurt Syndicate and MJF feels so strong compared to a lot of the other things we're doing. And a lot of the roster can learn from the Hurt Syndicate. But Nick Wayne with a big W. I guess. Wayne, he's still not 20 years old. That's incredible. He can't even drink most places he goes. New since streamer update. Jack Dorothy claims he got his 300K necklace and $5,000 watch stolen in broad daylight in Beverly Hills. The only his camera not rolling. Everyone cheered. I don't even. Sorry, Jack. Tough shit. I guess camera on. Am I old and I just don't know? Match was fine but predictable. Well, again, here's this big moment now. Christian's putting the belt on Nick. Getting a slow clap. Again, I just want to see the Ring of Honor belt stay on Ring of Honor. Again, we've talked a lot over and over about the people that aren't being utilized on Dynamite. As Christian walks out, Kip leaving, Mom following, and Nick Wayne looks semi-emotional in the ring by himself. I hate goodbyes. Like number 90. Let's go. Who's going to be like number 100, folks? I need 8. Who's going to be like number 100 on this stream tonight? Let's go. If you're just getting here, be like number 100. Or 93, 94, 95, 96, 97. We got to get there. So they're advertising still 2 weeks away. Steel cage. So it's now a steel cage. And that goes back to my thing about Moxley. Moxley can't do a one-on-one quality wrestling match. He doesn't know how. He can't physically do it. Hangman versus 1,000 Silverback. Silverback orangutans, you can't stop a train. Let's go. Oh, how the show tonight? KJ, I missed half of it. Damien, it's interesting. It's interesting. So for those who are just tuning in, as we are winding down, I think the only thing that could be left is the main event. But tonight we had an 8-man all-star tag match go for 35 minutes. 1/4 of your show was one match tonight. If you like a high spot match, you will love this tag match. It was highly chaotic. It was not boring. So Mercedes will take on Hayter at Double or Nothing. Okay, Sunday, May 25th. So that's like 3 weeks away. Like, would you be a little worried about momentum going into that if you have 3 weeks to get there? Or do you do some creative stuff? Like, do you find a way to get Sasha and Hayter, maybe Hayter teams up with Tony for a tag match with Sasha and a mystery partner? Like, it's 3 weeks away for Double or Nothing, right? Same thing. So we will find out who will face Will Ospreay at Double or Nothing 3 weeks away. So interesting. The graphics for Double or Nothing are going to be fun. I'll put it that way. But here comes Kyle Fletcher. I like that. I like his entrance. I like the opening to that. Let's go. But let's go. As the Don Callis family is present, I do believe. No. Oh, yeah, there's Lance Archer. So who's it going to be, folks? Who's it going to be? And I'm not going to give nobody as an option tonight on this one. Get in that chat. Let me know. But as I was saying, we legitimately have 35-minute match. We had a squash match by the Ops, but then Joe choked out Moxley and they all ran away after jumping the Ops. We are now going to get Moxley versus Joe in 2 weeks in his cage match. Should be all right. What else we have tonight? Tony Storm beat Mia Yamashita. That was fun. I mean, it was an okay match, not great. Saw a lot better matches already this week than that one. We had Sasha Banks again doing Sasha stuff because again every week we get I called it a Mercedes moment and a woman's match. That's all we get for AEW's women. But here comes Hangman Adam Page, and I actually like his entrance. I like his music. I like Page's vibe altogether. Page was my AEW MVP of 2024. Eggman versus, I like that. What else happened tonight? And then the show kind of went off. Oh, MJF and Bobby Lashley had an argument again. So, yay. Purple nurple him. Yeah, let's go. Are they dropping Nick off at kindergarten for his first day of school, right? Have a good day. Just clean his cheek and shit. Thank you, Paul. Thank you. Liked it up, please. I feel like it's been a minute. Welcome back. How's the show tonight? KJ came from the Phillies game. Hope you had a lot of fun, Kenny. Not a bad show. I'll be 100% honest. Not a bad show. Hasn't been slow. Hasn't been boring. But a lot of stuff, maybe not enough substance. I think that would be my biggest criticism of tonight's show. And again, I think there's a double standard sometimes when this company is okay to do squash matches. People don't like it when the other company does it. There's a time and place. It's been an okay show. I don't dislike tonight's Dynamite. I don't know if being with Christian is helping Nick Wayne anymore. I think the family ran its course, or the patriarchy has run its course. When it first started, again, when something catches fire, it's like the old saying, strike when the iron's hot. So when Christian started getting over by picking on everybody's dad, and then there was this big heel turn, and it becomes Nick's dad, and people are booing all the time, That was your chance to do something of substance. But you let the iron cool down, and now you're just whacking metal or whacking off for no reason. Pause. What if Moxley is the one trying to ruin wrestling for us and it's not Cena? Moxley's doing a phenomenal job of wrecking AEW in very much the way that Cena might be trying to. That's funny as hell. Like I said, I challenge John Moxley to get in the ring and have a legitimate wrestling match. Bell to bell, solid wrestling match. You can't do it. You can't do it. All we learned from the All-Star match was that Mark Briscoe will always eat the pin. I love Mark Briscoe so much. That's a guy that should have gold. This is a guy that should be a mid-card champion. He'd be like a workhorse champion. Like if he was your intercontinental champion, your U.S. champion. I know the other company, but if he was that, and he was the guy that fought almost every week and carried that division, it'd be strong. It would be exciting. The fans want to cheer for it. You got baby faces come fuck with them. They'll get lots of heat for fucking with them. You got so much opportunity there with Mark Briscoe. Again, he's not one of Tony's key guys. Mark gets to eat all the L's. All the L's for Mark. At some point, I think Christian asked him for the belt and a dive. Yeah, maybe. I hope not. If you saw Dark Side of the Ring of Nick Cage, Mox was on it. I thought Mox came across as Cage being his hero. Yeah, very much so. Very much so. I've watched all the Dark Sides other than the last 2 episodes. I will catch up on them, though. Billy Graham and I don't know. I missed another one. There's the last 2 episodes. But ultimately, yeah, I mean, that's Mox's mindset. But when you talk about where the best wrestle and the best pro wrestling, Moxley doesn't fit that ilk. He's not part of that group. Moxley, I mean, you can't even compare him to Roman Reigns and Seth and what they've been able to accomplish. And I don't even think, like, bell to bell that Roman's like the greatest wrestler. But my God, he gets pro wrestling way better than Moxley does. Moxley needs gimmicks to cover up the fact he has a lack of talent. All right, let's see what the chat said. 67% going Page, 33% going Fletcher. All right. I'm going to say Fletcher, though I think it could be Page, but Fletcher's this young superstar. Like, I really wish Kyle Fletcher versus Will Ospreay in the cage at World's End was for the world title. That to me feels like a world title match. And it delivered. It was epic. Sorry, Revolution. I don't mind Fletcher. I mean, again, this kid's got a lot of upside. A lot of upside. Instead of Hater Mercedes promo, you will get Mercedes title eliminator matches to kill time. Yeah, it's just, again, it's interesting how we've set this tournament up. And I feel like we're now sitting waiting for the finals of a tournament. Even if you're fans of sports, I know us fans get a little like, oh, come on. I know in hockey we do, because like when you get like to the finals, you just have that desire to get to the end. You want to see the trophy. And when the league says, we're going to take like 5 days off and then start, you're like, for fuck's sake. That's what it feels like with this, of like, all right, we've been building this tournament. Are you excited about the tournament? The tournament's good. Here's the tournament. We're going to do more tournament. All right, we're going to pause the tournament for 3 weeks. Fuck. Can't believe SmackDown was the best show of the week so far. Wait, what? So Nick Wayne technically has a win over Ric Flair now. And Macho Man, technically. Facts. Are we sure Kyle Fletcher didn't steal from Tiffany Stratton's closet? It's close. Those glasses are aggressive. What happened to the other 1% of the poll? I mean, again, percentages, small little decimal places. So there you go. It fluctuates as I'm reading. I just don't see Ospreay and Fletcher 4. Yeah, you almost feel like, especially on that stage, Page, Ospreay, And I kind of want Ospreay to get away from Callis. So you might not be too wrong, Richard. How do you guys see Paige Ospreay playing out, though? Because if Ospreay dummies Paige and Ospreay goes on to beat Moxley, what does that do for Paige? If Paige beats Ospreay, I'll be fucking dumbfounded. Mark beat Ricochet, so Tony is justified in giving him 6 months of losses. That's right. He did get the dub. Oh, that's right. That's right. All right. So the guy gets a nice a roll-up win on Ricochet, and then they're like, don't worry. We'll take it back. We'll take it back. Fletcher looks like someone who failed on audition for Ken and Barbie. Definitely kind of has that doll vibe. As long, I hope he's not anatomical as well, but we'll be watching Kyle be watching too much Barbie. That's funny. Cool barricade spot, great spot. What do you think about Hogan, Bischoff, Vignette? Any rumors on the third man? Third man's been confirmed as far as I know. It's I read it. It's Ramirez. Somebody remind me. I'm not looking it up again. But they're doing like a shoot wrestle thing. I don't know. Go check it out. It is out there. It is out there, Unbroken. It's kind of funny. I'm not loving Hangman's perm. Do you really think it's a perm, or does he just have those natural curls? Does the humidity get to his hair? Everybody knows a Mark Briscoe. That's why we love him. Because we all have that friend that's like, I'll do it. You don't have to jump through the window, bro. I want to. Fletcher's the most improved wrestler in AEW. Went from a faction jobber to main event quickly for AEW. Yeah, and I think Fletcher, what you could have done with Fletcher coming out of, oh, wow, down goes Fletcher, down goes. What you could have done with Fletcher coming out of Ospreay is slowly have Fletcher kind of get fed up with Callis. Like Fletcher's growing out of the group. The Randy Orton evolution. If you do that RKO evolution storyline where like the young guy in the group starts forgetting where his place is and goes past everybody. But here's my question. What's Takeshita doing right now? Takeshita's one of the best wrestlers in this company, if not all companies. Takeshita is a fucking beast. What is he doing right now? Nothing. Josh is here. Josh, instead of wasting our time with nothing matches, why not give Josh Alexander the local enhancement talent and show everybody what a great wrestler he is? Give him the TV time. Instead, he's just like somebody said earlier. He's the fourth guy in a group standing behind them all, cracking his knuckles. Okay. Glad we got him. Dynamite was dog shit today. I'm not going there. I don't know if I'm that mad about it. Jericho got mugged in his last New York minute. Did he? Hangman with a DVD. Fletcher kicks out at 2. Fletcher's great. No, he's awesome. Again, that's why, I don't want people to get the idea and mix the message. There is so much I like in AEW. It's just almost, it's like I said, I say it all the time. Imagine someone tells you, like, we're going to make you the meal, and we have all the ingredients. And you're like, fuck, this is going to be great. But when they come out, they serve you a shit pie. You're going to be like, fuck, you had all the things to make something lovely, and you served me a shit pie. And that's where I feel that AEW is frustrating me. And you guys have seen my frustrations and my ebbs and flows. It's Kyle Fletcher's a star. Takeshita's a star. Ospreay's a star. Kenny's great in his own way. Adam Page is my MVP of the company last year. The Hurt Syndicate's outstanding. By the way, for those who are saying that the dub keep the AEW gimmicks, is the Hurt Syndicate not pretty much the same with the new name? Was Daniel Bryan not the same with the new name? I'm just asking. Just asking. What is happening with the cuts and blood here, guys? Is Kyle Fletcher's back bleeding? Capitals won. Fair enough. The only reason I had any hope for Montreal was that they're Canadian, not really a team I ever cheer for. So Good job by the Caps. So Capitals and Carolina have advanced, and we'll see who else gets to. Yeah, there's blood like on a page. There's blood on Kyle. Anybody got some answers on this? Hangman is using a curling iron for sure. Is he doing the rollers? You think he's at home with the fucking, your grandma's hairnet and the fucking rollers? Has anybody ever delivered some Uber to Hangman's house? So, like, anybody ever catch him with the rollers in? Let's go. What up, wrestling fans? Hey, Louie, how you doing? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you, buddy. Tony versus Frost on Collision. They're keeping her busy. So why does Tony have to fight so much? Why doesn't Mercedes have to fight nearly as much? There's blood, as that was huge. Dropped on the apron. I think it's from Fletcher's back. A bunch of comedians in the chat. Usually. Kyle looking like Pretty Deadly's cousin. Pretty in pink. Yeah, it is his back. Okay. Yeah, there's just random blood spots. It looks like he got rug rash. Worried he got his period there for a second. Q Master P. Shit. Does this crowd suck? The crowd's pretty. They were super alive. See, again, it's all what you're going for, right? It's like when you go into a comedy movie and you know it's going to be a stupid comedy, and other people are like, "Oh, that movie's so stupid." Yeah, but I know I picked it because it was stupid. So you loved it because you paid to go see a stupid movie. That's kind of what the fans, when you had 8 men running around just doing every fucking trick they could think of, they were all like, fucking, let's go. Afro circus. But yeah. Now when we get into some like actual wrestling, they're like, oh, we'll wait till somebody's bleeding. Oh, someone is bleeding. We'll wait till someone goes through a table. We'll wait for a high spot. Or is it a question, do you burn them out with a 35-minute shit fest? Do you kill your crowd? Will you guys be here for TNA tomorrow? No, we're going to be here for the Dirt Sheet debate. TNA is live tomorrow at 10 p.m. And we're not going to do it. We're going to be live from 8 till about 9:30 tomorrow. We are bringing back the Dirt Sheet debate, as you can see on the screen below me. And yeah, it's going to be a fun time. Myself, Nick, and Anthony will all be here live. And then Anthony will do his TNA review. And he will also give you some really good true crime reviews as well. So go check out Anthony and give him all the love. How do you even know that, C-Money? What did C-Money say? It's Silk the Shock. Let's go. Is it his birthday? Last time I checked, I mean, is it his prison birthday? Did he get out of jail yet? There's no way it's his birthday. There's no way it's his birthday today. Dun, 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 dun. When was the last time Silk did anything? I thought he was in jail. June 18th. Oh, no, that's not the right guy. Anyway, I don't care that much. Why am I even looking that up? Got me verifying your shit. See, murder is the one in jail. I thought they both went to jail. I thought Silk got in trouble too. Maybe I'm wrong. Unbroken. It really fucks with my algorithm when you bring up that name and that content, especially being a Canadian base here. So please stop doing it. KJ, will you guys got that one? Will you guys be live for TNA tomorrow? Tomorrow? Wait, I didn't even read your question properly. I'll be your Huckleberry. But I'm just usually tall for a hobbit. Q, I like that. No, not. Yeah, tomorrow. I got confused there for a second. Yeah, I answered that properly. As we are in picture again, both men to the top. Oh, Hangman slides out of a superplex and shoves Kyle onto his stomach. I'd be so mad if I got back to the back and I found out I did a big superplex and it was in picture. Hangman be home with the rollers in his hair like big big perm. What up, big perm? Somebody needs to make that happen now. I need Hangman's face on big perm. Big worm, quit playing with my emotions, Smokey. Let's go. That's amazing. Hootie hoo. Silverfish? What? Little Silverfish. TNA is live tomorrow, KJ, at 10 p.m. KJ, I will chill with it. Thank you. It's just an algorithm thing. So, and with how things have played out this week, it's a big concern for content creators that our ability to say things freely is about to change. I'm gonna have to kill you, Smokey. This is a long match, but nothing but respect, my guy. I get where you're going with it, but it's just fucks with it makes me nervous. Say this, it's like you say it 3 times and you'll show up like Beetlejuice. Fuck my shit up. But Paige, let's go. Snapdragon, vicious. What time are we at right now? 3 minutes on the clock. Big worm. This match keeps going like this without fucking around at the end. It's really going to help my overall opinion of this show tonight. But ladies and gentlemen, we are getting down to the nitty-gritty, the final minutes. Don't forget, we are back tomorrow, like I just said, for the Dirt Sheet debate. We will be live at 8 o'clock for that. Friday, we got SmackDown. We're heading towards Backlash. Keep checking with the channel. Click that little bell. Make sure you don't miss a thing. We got more and more coming your way. What's the score right now, Jose, and how much is left? Good match. I agree. I like this match. Nice Deadeye. A really good match. See? Toe. They're waking the crowd up a little. 18-minute match so far. I guess, it's so funny. But, maybe that's the strategy. Every week we'll do an all-star match for 35 minutes. That's 25% of our show. Then the main event, we'll let it go like 25 minutes, almost the other 20. So we're almost at 50% of our show. And then the stuff that nobody really likes, we'll just do in the middle. Shout out to Lady Frost, who will take on Tony Storm in Collision. On Collision. I love Lady Frost. I think she's great. But again, another example of I do not believe Lady Frost is contractually obligated to AEW. And you have a list of women that I listed tonight that can't get on TV. So help me make it sense. And Tony, your world champion, fighting Wednesday, Saturday doesn't seem fair or smart. That's how you burn out a gimmick. That's how you burn out a wrestler. That's how you burn out the fans wanting to see her. Fletcher gets a 2 count though. 4-3 Panthers. 10 minutes left in third. It's a hell of a battle. You had to choose your AEW champion, Will Ospreay or Hangman Adam Page. For me right now, the way AEW is, Ospreay. Ospreay's been, how long has Ospreay officially been in AEW? Right? Like a year and a bit now? Or am I wrong? You guys can correct me. But Will Ospreay, to me, they're taking way too long to get to his moment. I think this is a guy that can put the company on his back and a guy that can walk around with that belt and that true passion he has will help sell tickets. What a kick. Page down on the apron. A common Gary. We got any common Garys in the chat tonight? Lady Frost needs to be out of Ring of Honor Purgatory. Again, is she even contracted? Like, is she part of the AEW roster officially? I don't know. But she's a talented lady. Another dead eye on the apron. It is done. Down goes Fletcher. 1-1 Blues and Jets. Hell of a series, that one. I'm looking forward to more LA. I wish LA and Edmonton could play 10 games. Moonsault from the top. Let's go. We got the fans up again. See, the fans just love when people jump off stuff. Setting up a buckshot. Fletcher pushes the ref. Low blow. No way. No way. Brainbuster. 2. Nice. 1.5, 679 maybe. 103 likes on the stream tonight. I appreciate it, folks. And again, keep it coming. We appreciate all the love. Low blow. Ospreay will unseat Mox. It won't be anyone until then. Yeah, Ospreay gets his big moment at All In. I could see that. Open the fucking case and there's a special belt in it. They'll do something like that and be like, wait, how did that happen? Big kick. Another common Gary. Ospreay has to dethrone Mox. Otherwise, what's the point of signing him? At some point, if you bring in these guys and you talk about how they are such a big deal, and we know they are, you have to treat them as such. You have to give them their moment, or else they become what you present them as. If they spend too long, I mean, we talk about it all the time. It's what Karrion Kross is going through right now. When he got to the main roster, you presented him like a nothing for so long that now that he's trying to become something, even fans are still kind of like, I don't know. Hangman, buckshot, it's over. That was a nice comeback. 3. I'm shocked, but I like it a lot, folks. I really am shocked. But hell of a win, hell of a match. Great main event. One of my favorite Dynamite main events we've had in a while. And sets up Hangman Ospreay, which should be an absolute banger. Son of a bitch. There we go. Panthers. Oh, let's go. I mean, I kind of want Tampa to upset the Panthers. In my head, if Toronto can get off their fucking ass and get to the next round, I think I'd rather play Tampa than Florida. And Marchand's like fucking Leaf kryptonite. But ladies and gentlemen, we are getting the replay of the finish. A great match. And sold it hard. Fletcher with the low blow. You think he's going to win it. Hangman kicks out, makes the comeback, hits the buckshot. And again, I think he deserves it. I absolutely think he deserves it. So it will be Ospreay, Adam Page, Double or Nothing, and the winner goes on to face John. I almost forgot who the champion was. Wow. John Moxley for the belt at All In, I believe. There you go. So another thing where people talk about Don Callis family, you have a heel manager and a heel heater at ringside and got zero involvement. Zero involvement. Don Callis ain't like, if people want to talk about Don Callis in the same conversation as Paul Heyman, he has to be a manager. He has to be involved. He has to somehow be a little bit of a factor or a focus of the match. But ladies and gentlemen, Dynamite has gone off the air. That is the show tonight. Give me your ratings out of 10. I will stick around and see how you felt about it. What did you like? What didn't you like? What was good? What was bad? What was in between? Let's go. Hangman's perm is crazy. Lady B. It's a funny topic. I mean, I'm no perm expert. I'm not even a fucking hair expert in any way, shape, or form. So y'all have to let me know. Is it legitimately a perm? Is he going to get a fucking perm on a weekly basis to make himself feel good? Again, I picture him at home with the rollers. Let me know. Great way to end that match. I like the ending. It built to the ending. I like when a match builds to an ending. The hockey and the wrestling commentary is getting mixed in my brain, right? It happens to me too, bro. I'm surprised, no interference, booking wise. It's kind of dumb, but still a banger. Great match. Again, it doesn't mean that Dallin has to cheat and help, like, and Fletcher has to win, but maybe it's something simple. Instead of the low blow, he gets distracted, he elbows, Lance Archer, and then he if you're going to be at ringside, or else you're just a fan, you're just a spectator. Cross should take the next NXT belt again. Maybe. I think they got other plans for him, though. Hold on tight with Cross. Didn't watch AEW at Works, but sounds like it was solid. Not bad. 6 out of 10. Main event carried the show. Great match. Hangman's perm is crazy. 6.5. Good match. 6. I love Lucy. Lucy got the win. Anyway, per man page. That is good. I like that, Jose. Per man page. 6 out of 10. Main event was the only thing that felt impactful on the show. I like the main event. I like the MJF stuff. I hate the Moxley stuff. I try and appreciate the opening match for what it was, but you found a tricky way to kind of eat up a quarter of your show, right? So I'm kind of torn about was it fun? Was it exciting? Yeah. Were the fans into it? Yeah. But ultimately, it's not there's so many little issues that drive me insane. It's not my favorite. To me, it's so messy. And so I don't like that every 6, you constantly have people standing around, and you have people nobody's ever on the apron. It's a tag match. Treat it like a tag match. And why are you standing there watching a man get his balance and then jump on you in your face? If you can't find a creative way to come off the top rope or to do a tope and make it look realistic, then don't do it. Hangman can reward himself with a pedicure and a mani. Nothing wrong with dudes getting mani pedis. Putting it out there. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10, okay. A 6 out of 10. Sounded like a 7 out of 10 manicured show. I'm with Unbroken. 7 out of 10 tonight. Again, there's too many little things. Mercedes continues to be nails on a chalkboard. Though, again, her heel work's not terrible, but it just feels contrived. It feels like we're pushing this lady down our throats. She's it feels like big dog Roman Reigns. Doesn't matter how we feel about him, we're getting him. And that's what she feels like. But there's enough in there. That main event was outstanding. One of my favorite matches of the week. Sorry, I didn't like the match. Hangman didn't sell the low blow. Not good. Fair enough. I would give you that a little bit. 4 out of 10 show because the main event was good. All right. Archer was just standing there. Yeah, don't bring him out. Don't bring him out unless you're going to use him. 7.56. Boy. Thinking Archer can only wrestle part-time. I don't know what the deal with Archer is. I remember listening to Archer in an interview talk about, when I get back from injury, I'm going to take the world by storm. Apparently, Tony doesn't like big men, period. He likes little guys. 8 out of 10. I'll accept that. 7 out of 10 seems fair. KJ, is Moxley now as bad as Jericho, if not worse? I said this before. Moxley is worse than Jericho because of Moxley's position in the company. That's the issue. Is because Moxley is taking up the main event spot. He has your world title in a fucking suitcase. Because Moxley is not being utilized, or is being overutilized, he is worse than Jericho. I hate Jericho because Jericho's ego. Jericho thinks everything he does is fucking amazing, and it's not. So that drives me nuts. But the issue I have with Moxley is he's legitimately hurting this company. And again, we got to hold on. Because he's dropping that belt at All In. But I would make an argument to every AEW fan out there and everybody that can hear my voice. We've known since about January how from January to All In was going to play out in a lot of parts of this company. A lot of things were pretty obvious. You sold us on Kenny and Okada early this year. We know that Moxie's probably dropping it. Again, you could surprise us, but I think it'd be a terrible fucking surprise. So yeah, Moxley's a big problem. Moxley's one of the reasons, and I know Tony's out there justifying, more people watched like they watch, a fat dude trip and fall down the stairs. Like it's just a click. It's just something that's funny. It's viral. Somebody landed on spikes. Nobody stayed on and watched your show more. The analytics would tell you that, but Tony wants to somehow justify it because Moxley landing on spikes ended up on TMZ. So what? It just made your company look like a joke. Use those hashtags. You got it. I love it. Thank you. I did wish AEW built up and gave more time to the women. Toni Storm in an eliminator match. That segment, a way another female talent could use. Again, I agree with that. I went through the project tonight, Richard, and you can tell all your friends. I mean, we went through the women's roster. There's 85% of the women's roster we never see. Tony fights Yamashita tonight. She's going to fight Lady Frost on Saturday. And you have all this talent not being used. And Uncle Dave has the balls to talk about Hikuleo being benched. Clearly, Uncle Dave never played any sports, or else he'd understand what a benching was. And by the looks of him, he didn't play any sports. He just stared at the guys that were doing it. 4 out of 10. Let's go. For real, Hangman got to do something about his hair. I mean, own it. Just own it. I mean, he has to know we're going to know. Patty the Batty, let's go. All right, 6-3 Panthers. They're walking away with it. Good to see you, folks. See y'all in another 4 months. LOL. See y'all, wrestling fans. Louis, don't be a stranger. But hey, hope you're doing well. AEW is not showcase their tag division enough. Their tag team division is null and void. The trios division doesn't exist outside of the people that have the belts, and the women's division is just 4 people. 4 at a time. They rotate them in and out, but you can only have a max of 4 women that matter on AEW at all times. And that's the way it is. And again, those are facts. Those are not my opinion. It is facts. 6 out of 3, 6-3, got that one. KJ, you think it's over for Jay Lethal? I mean, again, I didn't know it was, I thought it was already over, Kat, so I'm sorry, but I had no idea it was still there. We're going to wind this one down, folks. How do you feel about Timothy Thatcher in a battle royal next Tuesday? Why not? He's around. You have access to him. Let him do it. I mean, Timmy's a good guy. I feel bad for Big Bill. He's not even being booked because Jericho isn't around. Now, see, here's the thing. And the last thing I'll say about Jericho, and the last thing I'm going to say on this show tonight, probably not the last thing, but Jericho puts guys over, right? Jericho brags about, look at all the guys I put over. Where's Bill? Where's Bounty? Where are they? I'll let you think about that, folks. But other than that, I did enjoy a bulk of Dynamite tonight. I didn't think it was terrible. A really interesting strategy to run an all-star match for 35 minutes. An 8-man match that really doesn't mean a lot to this company. I remember when WWE booked a 10-woman match and people freaked out. Why are we doing this? What's the point? And da-da-da. It's just crazy. It's crazy strategy. But they did it. I give the show a 7, which is a higher mark I've given them in a few weeks. So ultimately, we'll take it. 35-minute match meant nothing, kind of sloppy. Also, to open the show, trio squash match following Tony versus who? Exactly, Tony Khan do better. But again, Tony Khan will think it's great. The tribalists will fucking rejoice. And everyone else will talk about, how wonderful it all is. And the rest of the world will scratch their head at what they're all thinking. Regardless, not the worst show. Ladies and gentlemen, I do appreciate you being here tonight. We will be back at it tomorrow. It's going to be a fun one. We're looking forward to it. We haven't done a dirt sheet debate in a while, but we got lots to talk about, lots to get into. And of course, don't forget about SmackDown and all your favorite wrestling all week long. We got a lot of big pay-per-views coming up because they don't seem to stop. And we will be here. We are your unbiased, unscripted, uncensored, full coverage, live reaction to all the action. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Be a part of the family. Be a part of the shows. On behalf of Big Nick, on behalf of Anthony, I am KJ White. Have a good night, and I'll see you on the flip side.